Hey guys, it's Melissa. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I'm glad to be back. We have a fun project today. This is a good one for the kids seem to love these. In fact, you actually don't even need to use your Silhouette at all, although you could if you wanted to. You can also use the software, just the software, whatever. So we are going to do sublimation, and we are going to do them on these, whoops, I got it upside down, on these pillows, okay? These are the Sequin pillows, the flip pillows, right? And you can sublimate onto them. So this one I made for Olivia, I don't know, a while ago, and then she loved it so much that we ended up doing them at her. She had a sleepover a couple months ago, and we did these for all the girls during the sleepover. So it's a fun project. Blake loves it too. He has a Sequin one. His has, like, I don't know, some kind of marble or something. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so this design was actually just the elephant, and then I filled the pattern. Today, I didn't have a whole lot of time to do any designing, so I just skipped Silhouette Studio completely, and I have a print. This is a sublimation print from the brand new So Fancy. Have you guys seen it? We just relaunched So Fancy on Friday. We have a brand new website. But this design is what I'm going to put on the pillow today. And I'm going to reprint it, so I just wanted to have a backup. You know how I like to have backups. And we are going to put it on this pillow cover. Same thing, it's the sequins, all right? And you're going to sublimate onto the white side. Now, they have sublimation pillows that are, this one's obviously silver, but they have them in all different colors. So if you click the link for where I got them, I just got a bunch of them on Amazon, you can get so that the other sequin side is not silver. Maybe you want teal or pink. They have all different colors, okay? All right, so I literally just downloaded the print. This one says, well, it's backwards and now I can't see it. It's something about be kind, and I specifically picked this one because I thought it was fitting right now. So, but anyway, it's backwards right now because that's how sublimation prints work. So if you're short on time, like I am, and you don't feel like designing in Silhouette Studio, you can just download a sublimation ready design and print directly through, I'm using the Sawgrass software. Okay, so we're gonna do that now. This is what my software looks like now. I literally just opened it up in there as is. Downloaded from So Fancy, back, open the PNG or JPEG back in the Sawgrass Print Manager, and now I'm going to print it to my Sawgrass. So this, I have an SG500, which is the 8.5 by 11. It can also print 8.5 by, I think it's 13. But this is the older model now. So the SG500, which is now the same size, but the newer model, they are a hot commodity. They are available now, but extremely hard to find. They became available and then immediately sold out again. So I know for a fact they're coming in. The Swing Design, who I linked to up top, will have them again around the end of the month. So if you want one, you can pre-order it now. But just so you know, these things are like very difficult to find right now. Okay, so I'm printing it out. It's going to print exactly like this. Okay, and then you do need a heat press for sublimation. You need 400 degrees for about a minute, okay? So mine is warming up, and I'm hoping that it hurries up because it's right now it's not even on 300, so we'll see. Okay, so this is what this one looks like. So you can see you can change the sizes. I actually want it to be a little bit larger, so I'm going to use this one, but that's the great thing about the sublimation printer. Even if this was the exact same file that I uploaded into, not uploaded, just opened in Sawgrass, and I told it, like, on this one, I just want to resize it to a smaller one. On this one, I want it to be bigger. So again, you don't need any other software right now if you don't want to. If you do want to create your own sublimation designs, you can do that. Design in Silhouette Studio, export as a PNG or JPEG. You'll need Business Edition for that. This is for Mac specifically because you can't print through the Sawgrass Print Manager there, and you want to be able to get the color profiles. Okay, so while we're waiting for the heat press, you need to prep your sequin pillow. So you need all of the sequins on the white side. That's the side that you're going to be able to sublimate. Okay, I just had the bag. This is, the brand was called Play Tailor. I did link to it. These are 16 by 16, just so you know. And those of you that are just joining, this is what we're doing. This is a pillow that we made for my daughter. It's the flip, and you can sublimate whatever you want onto there. So we are doing this today, okay? And you'll see what it looks like when we're done here in a minute. So sublimation, when you print, don't worry if the colors are not super vibrant when you first print. They're not supposed to be. Once you apply heat and pressure, that's when you get all the colors, okay? All right, so let's make sure all of these are flipped. If they're not flipped and they're still on the colored side and not the white side, those individual sequins won't take the sublimation ink, okay? So that's why it's really important. Can you see what I'm doing? That they're all flipped the other way. All right, and this is a zipper closed, so I want that to be at the bottom, so I'm actually going to place it, so this is my top. I'm gonna flip this around so it's a little easier. And I'm gonna move my computer so I have a little more room. Okay, all right. So that was the smaller size. If you had a smaller, I was just showing you that you can arrange the size. Okay, so we're gonna carefully turn this around, all right? And you can kind of carefully, if you want, set the middle. I mean, you know, crease. I just would crease like at the very top and very bottom, not on the actual design. This is literally just so you can line up. So we know where the center is, all right? And I can line that up like this. All right, and then before you press, you're going to put some tape. This will keep high temperature tape, which I was having a lot of trouble with, my tape roll, but you wanna tape with high temperature tape, heat resistant tape, so that you don't get ghosting. Ghosting happens when you do sublimation and you don't have your print moves a little tiny bit while you either put the press down usually or lift the press back up. So if you use high-res tape and heat-resistant tape, it should help, okay? All right, so we're gonna tape just on all four sides. My suggestion would be not to tape over where the ink is itself because the heat won't be able to be fully on the design. It'll end up having to go through the tape too, and sometimes if you do that, you end up getting areas that are faded a little bit. And I see you guys are commenting, and I can't read some of those comments, but while we're waiting for this heat press to warm up, I can't go too far, see if I can read some of them. What kind of printer do you use for sublimation? So I'm using, this is a Sawgrass SG500. The Sawgrass just came out with the two newer models. So the 400 and the 800 are not even available anymore. The newer models of these are the SG500 and SG1000. They have a faster processor, brighter, bolder colors, and you'll see these are pretty bright and bold. And there's a couple of updates. So the price, I think the price was the same, and it was just like a slightly, you know, updated model. Again, those are also very difficult to find. One reason, obviously, the pandemic. They have been delayed, and now they're kind of starting to trickle in, but they are still getting selling out extremely fast. So once those come in, and again, what was pre-ordered previously is already done, out the door, and there's no more available right now. I literally called Swing this morning. I'm like, please tell me that they're available while I do this live. And they said they're available back on pre-order, but they won't be in to ship till the end of the month now. Okay, so I know that has been an issue for a lot of different things. Okay, so we are going to use, I'm just using my 9x12 press because this is an 8.5 by 11 print, and it'll fit on there, and also it's easiest for me to to just move this one around onto my craft table. I'm waiting for it to heat up. It needs to be 400, so that's why I'm kind of stalling. Someone's asking, what is the table? This table that I'm on is like a 10-year-old desk from Staples that I then put caster wheels on a couple years ago so I could move it around. It's literally just, I mean, this thing is beat up. It's got paint, it's got vinyl, it has everything, but it fits in my space and it's on wheels and it works for me. So that's what that is. Okay. Someone else is asking, I can't see. What is your second option? Okay. Excuse me, I have something caught in my throat. I'm only stalling because I'm waiting for this to heat to 400. I had to run Olivia somewhere, and I called Bob from the car, like, can you please turn on my heat press? And I still got home before it was heated up. The second option, and something else that you can do, is you can convert a Epson printer to Sawgrass. I mean, not to, excuse me, disregard that. You can convert an Epson printer to sublimation. Now I am going to tell you, and I literally have not had a chance to put this on the blog yet, but there is another option. So every Sawgrass that you get is going to come with ink, right? But when you need to refill them, there are other options. And I have been super hesitant to even try this. The inks last for a long time. I've only had to replace my inks one time, and I've had this thing for years. However, obviously it's going to depend on what you're printing, if you're printing a full sheet, if you're printing something small, whatever. But there is an option on Amazon that I have been trying because it's a much lower price for the ink and it's working. I'm trying to wait until I have like a bunch of prints so that I can, you know, confirm like, yes, this is still, I'm actually going to recommend this. But the inks that I used was at $50 for the set as opposed to a much higher price for the set, okay? And I'm gonna share that. Before I do, I need to make sure that I'm confident testing that and standing behind that before I tell you guys to do the same thing. Okay, all right, so we're at 400. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna turn this a little bit just so it's easier for me to position this. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you wanna make sure that your press has high pressure. So I put my pillow in there before I set the pressure, all right? And for a second. You're going to make sure, obviously, that your entire design is on there, okay? And centered, okay? And then you're gonna cover, and all right. So, now we have to wait a minute, okay? So this is on as much as it can go. And what's gonna happen is it's going to sublimate onto the pillow. So then, when you have the pillow on there, if you go like this, you will see your design, okay? So it's pretty cool. Again, this is a great option if you need gifts for teenagers, tweens, young girls, whatever. If you need a party idea, if you need whatever, they love these, right? And you can totally customize them. So when we did Olivia's sleepover a couple months back and she had a bunch of friends, I just bought, there's a pack of these you can buy. And I literally was like, okay, find what you want, find the design that you want. One girl loves sloths, so she picked a sloth design. The other one just wanted her name, so we typed out her name with different colors, and then we printed all the sheets on the sublimation printer, and then just one by one, we pressed them on there, and they all went home with their print, okay? All right, so this is gonna be really hot, so just be careful. The metal, okay, I was just testing to make sure it's okay. So this gets really hot. The sequins get really hot, so just be super careful. And then you can just peel it off and you have your design, okay? So that's have courage, be kind. So that is now sublimated on there. And I'm gonna try to move you up a little bit so you can see. Hopefully I don't burn my hand when I do this. So when I do it this way, it's silver, okay? And when I do it this way, it's the design, all right? And then obviously this is just a zipper and you stuff the pillow in there, all right? Okay, now here's the thing. If you have the larger Sawgrass, so mine's 8.5 by 11, so I can only go as wide as my printer can print, and these are 16 by 16. If you wanted a bigger picture on here, you might want to consider getting the SG500s, which is a wider format printer, okay? All right, so that hopefully is something fun. You guys can fun and easy, and as if you were watching, you saw this was like the lazy crafter way because I literally just bought the design, downloaded it, pressed. So it's print, press, flip, right? Print, press, flip. Print, press, flip your sequins, okay? And that's it. Again, you can incorporate Silhouette if you want by using the software, which I've done plenty of times. We did this one, it was just a plain elephant, and then in Silhouette Studio, I added the pattern. Well, actually, it was a mandala elephant, and in Silhouette Studio, I added the colored pattern that you see. I filled my design with that pattern, and that's how I got the colors on there. But for this one, I literally just printed it as it was. I just downloaded and printed, okay? All right, you guys, so People are asking lots of questions. Does Sawgrass have images for sublimating? Yes, we have an entire section for sublimation. In fact, this design that you just saw is something that I literally just downloaded directly from Sawgrass and printed and did this, all right? And everything on Sawgrass is commercial use. And by the way, if you haven't been over there yet, we relaunched the website. Yeah, which is... I pretty much feel like what Octomom must have felt like after she delivered those 8 children. Like, I'm just saying. And what else you guys are asking? Do you have to put paper inside? Yeah, so the sublimation printer requires special sublimation paper. There's various kinds. I'm using what's called A-Sub. And you can get, like I said, both of these are obviously 2 different size papers. But they can both print on the SG500 or SG400 because you can extend the tray. So it can only print 8.5 inches wide, but you can print 13 inches or 13.5 inches long. And then the larger SG, Sawgrass SG, which would be the 1000, is 13, I think it's 13, forget, that's 11 inches wide. So it can print 11 by 17 standard, or you can go up beyond that with the extended tray. Or you can get the bypass, which is an add-on, and that will allow, basically give you infinite length, okay? All right, what brand of ink are you using? I just started sublimating and I love it. Yeah, so this ink that I have in here, like I said, all the sublimation printers will all come with their own ink. So whether that's the Sawgrass HP inks, Chrome, what was it called? Chrome Blast? I forget what that one's called. There's a Caesar inks for Sawgrass. And then, like I said, there's this off-brand, which I have just started testing. I'm not going to say what it is yet because before I can get behind it and all that, I want to just make sure it's working for me. But I can tell you that this was printed with the off-brand. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's that. What if your sublimation printer is 11 and 12 and your press is 9 by 12? Can you press in sections? No, you don't want to press in sections. However, what you can do, and as I said, you can make smaller or larger prints of the same exact thing. So see, you can see the one that we pressed was larger, and then this one is the exact same thing. I just sized it. So you can size the design itself in the Sawgrass Print Manager before you send it to print, okay? I also have a 15 by 15 heat press, which the reason that I didn't use that today, and it would be easier, especially if you have a larger sublimation printer, is just this heat press is just very easy to move around. And so I was able to move it from where it normally is over here onto my desk so you guys can see. And yes, all the links for everything are up top, okay? All right, so you can do anything you want. You can make these, like I said, this one's silver, the flip side silver, but they have all different colors. Just a fun project especially for the kids, or if you like a little glam, or you need a custom gift that's a little different, fast, easy, whatever, okay? All right, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous day. I will see you soon.